Hi there, folks. This is Sean Broderick. I'm in Toronto again, and I'm speaking to Trip McDermott. He's the VP of Corporate Development for Dixie brand. Now, that's a great consumer products company. They do gummies, edibles, drinks, all that stuff. They're in the U.S. They're expanding into Canada when the law changes in October. They also have Latin American development also going on. There's a lot to like about this company because they're in the right space at the right time. Trip's going to give you the scoop on the company, and we'll see where it goes from there. Trip, could you please tell my viewers about what your company is and what it does?
Sure. So Dixie Brands is a THC and CBD company. We have three different subsidiaries. We have ACESO and THERABIS, which are our CBD lines. THERABIS is our pet-focused line. ACESO is our human-focused line. And then we have Dixie Elixirs and Edibles, which is our THC line. Dixie Elixirs and Edibles is currently making a little over 100 products across 12 different product SKUs. We're expanding into 8 to 10 states this year. We're currently in 5, and we'll be expanding into Latin America as the country regulations open up for THC and CBD.
Okay. Now, in Canada, you guys have an agreement with Oxley, right? So,
correct.
So you'll be using them to make your products up here.
Yep.
And then down in Latin America, who do you have agreements with down there?
So Chiron is our joint venture partner, and we have a 50-50 joint venture partner with them through 8 countries in Central and South America.
Okay, and so you'll be going into Mexico first, right?
Mexico will likely be the first to allow for THC sales. We'll be moving into the other countries with CBD as a first mover.
Okay, so if people in the States were looking for your products, what are the most known products you guys
Sure. So
have here?
we're known for our drinks because it's in our name. So the Elixir has been our flagship product since we started about 10 years ago.
That was in Colorado, right?
That was in Colorado. We're based out of Denver, and so we've expanded our entire product line across those 5 states. So you'd likely see our gummies, our mints, chocolates, tinctures, and drinks in a number of these states.
Okay, and I like the fact that your company has cash flow and it has the potential for amazing revenue growth. I mean, this year, of course, everything's all a projection because we don't know how these things work out, but you're expecting your revenues could probably triple what they did last year. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
What do you think will be the largest drivers of that?
State expansion. So moving into additional markets will obviously increase our revenue. We have a number of product lines that will be rolling out over the next 12 months, as well as increased market presence in a number of these states via sales reps, brand ambassadors, and really growing the brand through presence in the market.
Okay, so you started in 4 states at the beginning of this year. How many do you think you'll have by the end of the year?
8 to 10.
8 to 10, and you'll also be in Canada by then, and you'll be in Mexico also by then, right?
Yep. Obviously, up to the countries and those regulations, but the way things are going right now, definitely Canada in Q3 and potentially Mexico before the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. So, do you guys ever do any strategy for like the what if situation? What happens if the U.S. government actually legalizes marijuana? What's your forecast there for anything like that?
From a timing perspective, I think that actual implementation of legalized cannabis in the U.S. would probably be about 5 years out. I think that, if it's legalized prior, there's going to be a lot of work that needs to be done from a legislative standpoint. But, if we get there sooner, we've obviously got plans to centralize and regionalize manufacturing to get more efficiencies of scale. And move forward almost as a real life company in any other industry.
Okay, good. So if my viewers were looking for news flow from your company over the course of the next year, what kind of news flow would there be?
Sure. So you'll be reading about state expansion, probably some acquisitions over the next 12 months of brands and additional product SKUs.
Okay, good. Well, that all sounds good. I think this is a really interesting company that we have to take a closer look at. They have a lot of things going for them. They're in the right space. They're in the U.S., expanding in the U.S. They are now going to expand into Canada. Latin America is very important because they can source from Latin America and just the costs down there are much cheaper for a whole number of things. And just they're really well positioned. They have cash flow. They are growing their revenues. There's a lot to like about this company. We'll take a closer look at them. Let's give them the stock symbol.
DIXI.U-CN.
Which is up in Canada.
Yep.
Stay tuned, folks. I'll have more for you from Toronto, from the Benzinga Cannabis Conference. Thanks very much for speaking, my viewers.
Thanks for having me.
And you folks stay tuned.